All right, ladies and gentlemen, this will be my third and final video for the day. I'm in just one of those moods. I have a lot on my mind and just things keep appearing and making more and more sense. Beautiful thing is the mind is a tool and it's also a muscle. You keep using it, you get more ability from it. You don't use it, you lose that ability. There are plenty of people out there who only talk about doing the good, learning good, studying good, and they always tell you avoid the negativity. In other words, they'll have that picture of the three famous monkeys: see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And I'm going to explain to you how that actually works against you. Because negativity or positivity is nothing more than your perspective of it. What somebody may view as good, somebody may view as bad, or vice versa. But if you look at it and break it down to its essence, it is nothing more than not only perspective, but your interpretation of it and what you can learn from it. In other words, something that seems negative is not always a negative connotation if you learn from it. Like, for example, when you're a child, how many times when you were a kid were you told not to touch the stove because you can injure yourself? Well, how many of you actually touched the stove and burned yourself? Well, that is a negative thing if you look at it from, ow, I injured my hand. But if you take the positive from that negative and learn from it, you have learned through a painful experience never to do that again. So you could spend your whole life saying, woe is me, I burnt my hand, and cry about it your whole life, or you can take it for what it is. It's a learning lesson. So it's all about perspective. So yes, burning your hand is a negative thing. But if you learn something positive and you don't ever do it again, well, then you've taken the meaning of what that negativity was and confronted it instead of ignored it. So think of it this way with the see no evil, hear no evil, look no evil. What they're basically trying to tell you is don't learn from your mistakes. Because let's say, for example, if your house is on fire, if you speak no evil because fire is a negative, it's dangerous. If you speak no evil, then how do you get the information out to people to help you put out the fire? If you pretend not to hear it, if you're in another room, how is that going to save your life? If you pretend to not see it, does it mean it no longer burns you? So, what people have to get through their heads is there are people who control your life and they know how to do it based on emotion, and they want to take advantage of the people who are in light. In other words, in acknowledgement. And they want you. This is why a lot of the New Age movement was actually corrupted and easily used to influence people, because they say just focus on the positivity, just focus on the positive, stay away from all the evil and the negativity. It's a learning lesson. It's how you perceive it and what you do with it. But if you ignore it, then you're not acknowledging it. And if you don't acknowledge something that's trying to give you information, well, it's going to continue to happen until you resolve that problem. It's facing your fears. And they don't want you to do that because that turns into independence. That turns into free thinking. That turns into understanding what life is really about. And they don't want that. They want people that are scared to death and they look for other people to determine how to live their own lives. If that's the way you want to live your life, that is your choice. But then is it any wonder why negative things keep happening to you? It's because somebody up there, wherever it is in the universe, is tapping you on the head and going, "Hello, McFly. I'm presenting you with the very questions you've asked of why you're being hurt or why you're not getting what you want. Why are you not answering them?" Don't see negativity as evil, because there are only two things in life: there is light and there's dark. Dark is nothing more than absence of light. It doesn't make it evil. It's your perception. And if you view it as evil, well, be careful what you wish for. You might get it. So, because the world is nothing more than electricity and magnetism, well, if you view something as negative, you're sending your magnetic field out to attract what you most are concerned about. Because since the universe is nothing more than consciousness, it knows nothing of emotion as far as good and evil. It just basically is answering your request. So don't be afraid to face negativity. Don't hide it. Don't put it away. Don't ignore it, because then it never goes away. You have a sponge and you want the water out of that sponge. The best way is to squeeze the water out. If you ignore that sponge, the water stays in, it gets moldy, and then you have to throw it away. It serves no more purpose. So I hope that helps put things in better perspective. We have been trained, unfortunately, to be good little dogs, to obey our masters and do what we're told without question. Are you tired of that, or are you just not capable of thinking for yourself? That's for you to decide. Thanks for watching. Peace, and have a good day.